can handle anything you can throw at us.
Or do you think we're scared of those pizza-eating powder puffs?
Yeah, Raphael?
Oh, we're shaking in our shells, aren't we, guys?
Now that you mention it.
Whoa! What are those?
Our cute little pizza-eating powder puffs.
Hello and welcome to this review of the DreamEx Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Raphael. I am Chris McLeod, aka Diagnostik80.
An idiot with an ego problem?
And continuing with my TMNT reviews, I will be fandangoing my way through this video today to show you this brand new DreamEx product sponsored by In Demand Toys. Let's start with a quick background of the character. Raphael, oh Raphael, the angriest and often chubbiest of the four Turtlingtons, for some weird reason. Where Leo is a calm and collected leader with a tactical mind and generally polite temperament, Raph is the complete opposite end of the spectrum, in most iterations.
Does the phrase, "go suck a lemon," hold any meaning for you?
Starting with his demeanour in the original comic, Raph even states himself that he is not like his brothers, preferring to go it alone over working in a team. Raph is given the mission of delivering an ultimatum to the Shredder and the Foot Clan, and does just that. He often loses his temper quickly, and rarely acts like a trained, composed ninja. He butted heads with Leo early on in the series, but eventually mellowed as the story developed, accepting Leonardo as the leader and counting to 10 every time Mikey said something to annoy him. His weapon of choice, or whatever Splinter told him to use, was a pair of Psi daggers. For years I pronounced Psi incorrectly until hearing it on the 1990 film, but I tend to do that for lots of things.
Raphael, no sword on earth can withstand his Psi.
I lost the Psi!
In the original cartoon, he was the only turtle to keep the red bandana, and interestingly, the creators decided that Raph would be a sarcastic Chandler Bing-like character instead, choosing to avoid the angry and aggressive side of his original nature.
Could you want her more? Who? Dee, the sarcastic sister from What's Happened.
The red bandana certainly suited the more aggressive personality, but he would joke or make sarcastic comments so often that it became his only contribution to the show.
Well, it's either a very old pizza or it's what's left of the Wicked Witch of the West.
The 1990 movie went with the original style, personality, and ramped up the competitive nature between him and Leo, making Raph a no-nonsense, brash and angry brawler.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll just take my attitude and
Why
leave.
don't you?
I will.
Good.
Great.
Go ahead. We don't need ya.
Pork rind? Pork rind.
What I loved about the film was the way they stuck with the majority of the original backstory and used the classic scenes from the comic throughout, including the fight with Raph and the Foot that was originally Leo in the comic, Raph meeting Casey in Central Park, and the fight with Shredder on the roof at the end. Shredder even had his original red suit design, but we will talk about that when I get Chrome Dome himself. Since then, Raphael has always been the hot-headed, reactionary outcast of the group who is in constant conflict with his brother Leonardo. The sarcasm stays in there, but only to exaggerate his aggressive personality. As a kid, I was initially a little put off with the first wave of toys. The four turtles looked nothing like their animated counterparts, and that left a sour taste in my mouth. I probably shouldn't have been eating them. They all had white eyes, something I wasn't completely aware of at that stage as being an homage to the original comic, and also probably one less deco issue to worry about, and they all had different skin colours. I found Raph's chubby shape and brighter green colour quite off-putting, and preferred the duller green and brown tones of Leo and Donnie. It didn't take me long to appreciate them, however, and when the rest of the characters started flowing into the toy stores, I quickly learned to love the crazy aspects the designers were bringing to the line. Raph certainly wasn't my favourite turtle at the time, but when I started to read the original graphic novels, I was won over. My favourite turtle seems to change every week, which is a testament to Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird for creating fantastic characters and breathing life into them through the comics and the vast amount of media that emerged from those stories. Just like Leo, Raph has had a staggering amount of toys created in his image, but I will leave that story for my Mondo review as soon as he is delivered. Casey Jones and Shredder were the first figures from this DreamEx line, but I haven't been able to get my hands on them just yet. The general consensus is they rocked all kinds of amazing incredimental. That's incredible and mental combined. To save time. Shut up. In terms of design, they seem to all take inspiration from a number of iterations of this incredibly huge franchise. For Raph, he strikes me as having design elements from the original TMNT comic, specifically the main head he comes with, the 2003 cartoon and toy line with the build, and the most recent cartoon and toy line from Nickelodeon with the bandages. Let's get in this box and see what he comes with. The box is rather nice, a cover with the Raph figure image on the front slightly altered to make it all dreamy.
She's a babe!
That slides off to reveal the even sexier black box. That slides off and we can see Raph in his foamy casing. Anyone else getting deja vu here? Watch my review of DreamEx Leo if you don't know what I'm talking about. He has one change of head, a repainted original cartoonish accurate noggin with eyes and a closed mouth, still has that gorgeous detailing on the top and a generally spot on paint job. Exactly the same as Leo's of course, just a red bandana that you can manipulate at the back with that awesome wiry effect. He has the exact same communicator as Leo, 3 completely different shiny and unusual shuriken, the most amazing side daggers ever. These things are awesome. Oh yeah, and there's Raphael. He shares the exact same body as Leonardo, with red knee and elbow pads, red wrist straps and no cross straps because he doesn't have 2 hulking great swords to wang around. Still, looks fantastic already. The grundeneath reveals more coolness, much like one of those awesome boxes of chocolates that have multiple levels. Just when you finished them all and thought you had to commit suicide, no wait, more chocks. And there's something different in here. We have a flattened pizza box, pre-built. I will build that in a second. With a cute turtle shell lightning pizza tampo on there as well. His office desk name tag that goes on the base, which can easily be set up by pushing the long arm section into the base and then manipulating the metal prongs into his lady parts to get him in the suitable position. We have a lot of spare hands, 3 fists, 2 open and a thumbs up, exactly the same as Leo here. Now, here's something new. He has a separate pair of arms that have been folded up and melted together to create the illusion of folded arms. This is quite funny to look at out of context. We also get 2 more pieces of pizza, 2 separate leather side dagger holsters, 1 large leather pouch with velcro strap and clip on the back and a smaller version pouch to hold nothing. Finally, another grappling hook, and once again, just like my Leo figure, I have a slightly deformed hook. It comes with the same turtle shell yo-yo style rope winder and a clip to affix to his belt. That's everything in the big box. Let's build the pizza box. Me, what a palaver, mainly because I do all of this on camera and never know what the hell I'm doing in the first place. But it's together now and looking awesome. Lovely touch, but I want more of them. Actually, very easy to do. Putting it back to its original IKEA shape, you can draw around the box onto thin card, score all the right parts, and even add a sticker on there to finish it off. The piece of tissue is even easier to recreate. I want to make a sewer base for these guys to hang out in and make a ton of these boxes to leave all over the place, much like any US frat house or UK university dorm room. They can hold it by balancing it on the hand and forearm. It takes a bit of care, but looks cool when level. There he is with his entire loadout. Again, I would like to get the bad stuff out of the way early. We still have the same limited articulation problems that we had with Leo. Of course they share the same body, so that's inevitable. However, the joint that allows the right shoulder to ratchet up isn't as bad as Leo's. Still, a lot more pressure was needed than the left arm, so it does appear as though this is a recurring problem with the right arms. It will be interesting to see if the trend continues with Mikey and Donnie. The overall movement in the joints is smoother than Leonardo's, so we could see further improvements in the other mother brothers. If you haven't seen my video on Leo, then the articulation is in the neck, shoulders, elbows, wrists, hips, knees, ankles, and a single toe articulation that moves both of them. Oh yeah, and watch my f***ing video on DreamEx Leonardo for f***'s sake. What the f*** is wrong with you? Sorry, that was too much. Even though he shares a body with Leo, you can see certain elements of the build that the cross straps seem to hide. The gap behind the shell for starters. There's also the detailing on the inside of the shell that I didn't notice before due to those same straps. You get a good look at his throat detailing as well, because who wouldn't want to see that? He's a slightly different shade of green, which makes a huge difference in individualising the character, and once again harks back to the early toys' drastically different shades. The whole lineup will have subtle green colour differences, and even Donnie looks to have a darker tone, almost slipping into the brown colour he was in his first toy. Now, to Raph's accessories. His change of head is in keeping with Leonardo's release. He also has the standard head that he comes with, of course. It's a different head sculpt than Leo's, as Raph has his teeth exposed on both sides, as opposed to Leo, who's showing the one side. The reference would appear to be a mixture of the original toy line and the 2003 cartoon and toy line design. These newer heads have the softness of the features on the original head sculpts, but expressions that follow the 2003 designs more closely. You can definitely see an inspirational development of all that has come before in these DreamEx figures, as if the designers just listed all their favourite aspects of each iteration down the line and then worked to that. It's a fresh take on the property and one that I've enjoyed looking at and exploring, aka playing with, thoroughly so far. Communicator. Same issue as before, hard to open, even harder to close, and once open, not very secure. I was also hoping for an image of someone other than April on there, as that would have been sweet, but no worries, they all need to call her anyway. I wonder if she's the only contact in there. They should look at getting iPhones. That way they can sync everything to their MySpace or Bebo accounts, or just share their CompuServe emails.
Yes, CompuServe.
What is it, April?
I just saw Rocksteady and Bebop in the public library.
Those strangeoids? What do you suppose they're doing there?
Well, it's a cinch they're not out to improve their minds.
The crossed arms. These bad boys look like they have zero give, and I thought I was going to have zero chance of getting them to go in, but it wasn't too bad. The regular arms pop off like so, leaving the exposed holes ready to take the pegs. I found putting one side in first, then pushing the other side away was the best ploy here. When they eventually popped in, he actually looked very good. Sometimes articulation is not enough to get these types of figures in certain poses, and for such a miserable angry bastard, we had to have a crossed-armed, spoilt brat type pose for Raph. Works well with Leo here, and equal disdain for each other is evident. I tried the hands on this guy one more time, but hell no. They do not come off without serious commitment and intricate pulley systems. All very self-evident really, and the default hands are fine for pretty much everything you want to achieve. The option is there, however difficult, if you want to change these out. Good luck and Godspeed. The shuriken are very neat. I like this design and love the fact each turtle comes with a different style of ninja throwing star. He can hold them easily in both hands and between the fingers like so. Once again, the pouches can be placed nya and nya, or wherever the nya you want. The large pouch can hold the communicator very comfortably, but there's nothing to go in the smaller pouch. I suppose you can fill it full of hopes and dreams, or even just a general state of well-being. What an awesome pouch this is now, eh? The pizza box is great, and now we are up to 4 slices, it's starting to look the part. I'm pretty sure it's not on the cards, but a melted pizza slice would have been a cool touch, much like the Fig Arts Turtles accessory. Would have worked well as the final slice, but hey ho, you never know. Actually we do, and it's not going to happen. The grappling hook is exactly the same as Leo's and even shares a touch of deformity with the hook. I'm resigned to this for all the turtles in this line, unfortunately. Still looks cool and will be positioned on his butt like Leo and surprise the crap out of him when it comes time to hit the couch. That's it then, nothing else to look at, all done, no other weapons to, oh yeah, the freaking size. These bad boys are insane. Usually we've had the classic style sai with the smooth prongs that are basically used for stabbing and gouging. Quite a nasty weapon and very close quarters. Very Raphael. This time they've given them sharp edges too, and I'm pretty sure just stolen them from Elektra. They are huge and have some sweet red wrapping on the handles. They also come with leather holsters that can be affixed to the belt on either side, front or the back, depending how you want to display them. I like them on the sides. Get it? Sides?
This guy's sharp as a bowling ball, isn't he?
He holds them superbly and can even have them through the fingers, which is my favourite style for him. I love these weapons so hard and can get him in some really bad poses. Beast mode. He's basically Wolverine. How have I only just noticed that? 3 claws on each hand, bad attitude, temper, brawls out of control. Damn, I'm an idiot for not noticing that before. My apologies to the rest of you, who I'm sure already made that connection at birth.
Really comforting knowing that you figured that out.
That also means Splinter is Professor X, Leo is Cyclops, Donnie is Beast, and Mikey is Iceman? Someone will have to tell me who Mikey is in the comments just to point out how dumb I am. So, overall, this guy is a beast. No wait, a Wolverine. I seem to have a love-hate relationship with Raph, depending on the iteration, but now it's really all love. You need him in the team to create a balance to the sensible, fun-loving and logical personalities in the group, and more than that, he is necessary in battle when it gets rough. The newer IDW series had Raphael separated very early on in the Turtles' mutations, and that created a dynamic within the group similar to that of the original comic. Raphael is just a bit of a loner, but more often than not, he realises the importance of his family and gets soft just at the right time to join his bros to kick some shell. I'm getting excited to see him and Leo next to each other and can't wait to display all 4 Ninja Bros together. He looks fantastic in this iteration and adds to the long line of red bandana wearing badasses with size. No Raphael's currently at www.idtoys.co.uk, but feel free to check out the site and stare at the multitude of awesome shiny things. Alternatively, you can find us at a number of shows throughout the year, or even, perish the thought, visit the shop at the Dixon Shopping Centre in Norwich on the Reefham Road. Nick and Mass are pretty much like Leonardo and Raphael, always bickering and fighting, so make sure you bring pizza when visiting the shop.
Pork rind? Pork rind.
Thanks for watching this review, and be sure to catch me doing this again very soon for many more Toysies. I mean adult collectibles. Yeah, that. I have been Chris McLeod, and you must have found that canister of retro mutagen I accidentally on purpose dropped in your soup that explains why you have flippers instead of hands.
Cowa-Bumder!